Hey everybody, working on the fretless build here. First off, I'd like to apologize for the abrupt ending on some of these episodes. The camera will automatically stop recording after 45 minutes. It has like a maximum file size or something, and then it starts recording a second file immediately. So that leads to abrupt endings sometimes. And of course, it also runs out of memory about 30 minutes after that. So that's another cause for abrupt endings to episodes. So my apologies for that. But anyway, um, on the fretless, since this thing's going to get the lightweight tuners, I don't, I'm not going to put the full whammy on the neck and the trapezoid and all that kind of stuff. But which means it's not going to get the lightened headstock either. Nothing that would, no cutting or anything would make me have to refinish this. And so, but I'd still like to do what I can in order to make it as good as I can. And so the lightweight tuners, but lightweight tuners really means I should go with a locknut, since I won't be using locking tuners. The other option would be locking tuners, but a locknut and lightweight tuners is even better because lower overall mass for the headstock assembly. So anything you can do reduce that mass is a good thing, pretty much. So I was thinking that I really should get a locknut and a string retainer for this thing and put a locknut on it. And while I was thinking, well, if I'm going to get a locknut, then I was thinking, well, if I'm going to be doing this whole like cello and violin inspired look for it, then maybe I should see if I can find like a wood ebony 6-string tailpiece for it instead of just doing a string through, and that would enhance the whole violin cello look. And so I got online, and yeah, that's basically a violin uses like a 4-string version of an ebony tailpiece thing. And I found a 6-string, and so they do make them, and it's basically a trapeze kind of idea, but it's done in ebony. It's got the little hinge at the back, and it bolts onto the end of the guitar. It's that kind of thing. Your typical archtop type tailpiece, but it's made of ebony. It's a nice looking thing. I'm still shopping around for the best price. I found one on Amazon for like $45, I think it was, so far. So then I was like, well, really it should have an ebony archtop black roller bridge as well, because while it's violin and cello inspired, you do bends on a guitar, and you don't really do that on a violin or a cello, at least that I'm aware of. And if you're going to be doing bends, then a roller bridge is going to be better for tuning stability. So I was thinking that since it is a guitar and you want to make it as good as you can, it really should have a roller bridge as opposed to a wood bridge. And so then I was like, well, as long as I'm doing that, it also needs the black strap locks, because all I have is silver right now. And while I'm doing that, I should probably take all the stuff that I just painted black and actually get black plated versions of them, like the neck plate and the jack and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm currently shopping for a locknut and a string retainer in black, and black strap locks, and the tailpiece, and the roller bridge, and a jack, and a neck plate and screws, all in black. And So yeah, and because of the fact that I'm going to put a tailpiece on that, that's going to change the design of the body some. So I'm going to have to, once I choose the parts, I can probably get the dimensions off the parts and then go ahead with that, and then proceed with the body blank then. But yeah, for right now, I'm still shopping, so we'll see how that goes. Well, Amazon's got one for $50 including shipping plus tax, and eBay's even more expensive, and that's more than I'm looking to spend on this build because of the whole fretted versus fretless note issue. So I'm gonna have to figure something else out for the tailpiece. Either go back to a string through or find something, like $10 is reasonable, but I'm gonna look around a bit. Okay, all done shopping. Ran a little competition between Amazon and eBay, and Amazon actually won for the roller TOM bridge, and eBay had a better price or same price and faster delivery on everything else except for the lock nut and the strap, where for literally $2 more you could get it a month sooner off of Amazon than eBay. And so getting the strap and the lock nut and the bridge off of Amazon, and on eBay I'm getting the neck plate and a jack and strap locks, and I'm going to go with this for the tailpiece. It's one of these anchor types that just bolts right on, and it'll make it a top loader, so it'll be even simpler than a string through for string changes. So that's really all you need. Just do this, and then for the bridge, what I was thinking was what I'd want to do is I'd use just the top of the bridge and not the posts, and then I could put it onto the ebony base that I've got, or if the ebony base that I've got is too tall, which if you recall the thing clocked in at almost 40 mil, so it might still be too tall, then I can just make a lower a block to mount this thing on that's not so tall and do a floating thing that way. So that's the basic battle plan, and it looks like everything will be here within a week or two, kind of an idea. So really shouldn't be that much of a delay on the build. So I'm going to go ahead and order those parts up, and I guess I'm going to need to figure out how that changes things. I think this tailpiece here really can just kind of go where the string through is going to be, and it really shouldn't change a whole lot on the design. I was considering, like an archtop tailpiece, but that would add a bunch of length to the guitar that wasn't really necessary, and the place where it attached down at the end of the guitar would have you'd have to move over the volume control to one side or another. So this looks like a much better solution because it's going to be easier than a string through, both from restringing point of view, and also it's going to be easier to install because you just need to drill 3 screw holes and you don't have to do string throughs and then install ferrules in the back and then you don't actually have a bridge plate on the front, so what do you do about the strings wearing out the wood when they come through? So, yeah, this looks like a better solution. So, that's the battle plan, and I guess that's going to do it for now. So, yeah, I guess I'll pick up when all these parts come in. So, until then, everybody, have a good one, and go make some sawdust and all that kind of good stuff. See you all later.